I'm going to be comparing online learning to face-to-face learning. Online learning is everything is done online, either through Zoom, through worksheets, and face-to-face is when you're actually in class. I believe that online, for me personally, online learning is a lot harder than face-to-face. Learning online can be difficult if you don't know how to teach yourself, and sometimes by teachers just throwing assignments after assignments after assignments at you, it gets overwhelming and you just try to get it done on time. Face-to-face, it forces you to sit there and listen and learn, and even if you have questions, you could ask. You don't have to email them and then maybe they'll get back to you in a day or two. It's very difficult. On this website, ID Tech, it tells you that sometimes face-to-face learning is a lot easier to plan than online learning, because even for teachers, it's more work for them because they have to figure out what they want to teach, how they want to teach it, and how to make sure that websites work, if they work properly, and then if they don't work, then it can affect the way the student is doing their work. In class is a lot easier because you could just go with the flow, and as a student, I like to ask questions during class so I don't get lost, where online, I can't really ask a question and it throws me way off topic and then have to wait a day or two, and it's very difficult. Through my experience of online, it is very difficult to do all the work and make sure it's done on time, because it's not really human nature. Human nature is to go, you learn, you understand, you ask questions, and you figure out how to go from there. Where online, you can't really do that. And face-to-face learning, you could go in groups. So some people work better in groups than others. They can learn a lot more from the group's input, from your input, and even the teachers. I know with like papers and stuff, you could go and ask your teacher like, hey, can you look over this and tell me what's going on? Where online, you send it to them and then they email you what's wrong with it, and sometimes that communication gets lost of what you need to do, what you don't need to do, and sometimes they're there to help you in class. They're there to help you understand what you have to do. Even if you need a little help in like one little section, they will help you on that. Where online, they just do like an overall, like what you need to work on. Online learning is also a good benefit because you could learn at your own pace, kind of. If you're working, people could come home and do the work when they need to do the work, instead of having a set time and not being able to work while doing homework. I find that a benefit because I work 32 hours a week and I'm always don't have time to do it at a certain time every day. So it does also help me work while I'm doing school. On the other side, if you're in school, you can't really you have to limit your work because you don't have the time schedule as other people do. Like, I work days, and if I was in school, I'd be going to school during the days and maybe not getting as many hours as night. Online learning can get very distracting. Say your parents come home and you want to talk to them, so you stop your schoolwork and you go talk to them. Where when you're in school, in class, you don't have to worry about anyone because you don't really have your phone around you or anyone that you really want to talk to around you, maybe friends, but you don't really have that.